Welcome back to the Mail-In Podcast. A very bright, happy, lovely New Year to all. I know it's a little late to be saying that, but it's our first episode of the year. Thanks for joining us. To my right, the one and only, the lovely, nails done, hair done, everything did, Sally deFries in the building.
A month later, I'm back. Feels good to be back.
Welcome back.
You too. I don't think after we recorded in December, we've had an episode since then.
No, I think Randall and I chopped one up a little bit, but
It was It was a hard time
it
for us personally, because not that it was difficult. It was a lot going on in December. People were traveling.
Schedules be scheduling. A little birdie told me that we might be able to do this a little more regularly.
Hopefully
Okay.
on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Since I went down to 0.8.
Let's go.
But I did go to work
Randy?
today. So not working less.
Working the same, but the option is there, right?
The option's there.
Okay.
And so it should be hopefully more consistent
Sweet.
in the new year. That's the goal.
My not my goal, my promise to the mail-inners out there. We got you on consistency. Whether you get me and Sally, me and Randall, me and maybe some guests.
Yeah.
Maybe get KJ back on. He does a great job with mail-in.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the forefathers of the mail-in, like Dave and Dylan.
Perhaps.
Will also wants to have an airing of grievances episode where basically we take anything you've said about him over the last year or so and he gets to defend himself.
I've never said bad things about him, though.
No, it's more just like Will did this, does this. He just wants a opportunity to weigh
clear
in.
the air.
Clear the air. Give his
Okay.
side, if you will.
If he wants to do that, that's fine.
Okay. You'll still be here to also counter.
Yeah.
but-
Okay.
And maybe another female podcast in sometime in
Oh, a little
2026.
female in?
Or we could do a female in
I'd like that.
a Galentine's episode.
Look at that. Galentine's
Wow.
episode. Get
I'll hit the girls up.
the girls in here and old Randall on the ones and twos.
I'll just be here to push the buttons.
No, we'll get a girl producer. Only.
That'd be
Okay.
fun. Well, we'll make that happen. How's your start to the new year, Sally?
It's been fine. It's weird because there's a lot of changes in my life coming up the pipeline, and I kept pushing them out of the way, being like, I'll deal with that in the new year, and then now the new year's here, and now I actually have to deal with it, and I don't want to, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. So it's like this week's been kind of a whirlwind in terms of getting the kids back to school and work going again, etc. And I need to go sit down and confront things and clean up my closet, do all those things that I wanted to do that I didn't do.
Sure, little M&M. Are you going new wardrobe?
No.
Okay.
I did clean up my closet 6 months ago. It was really cathartic. There's our upstairs closet that's next to Will's office is just, there's not even a whiff of organization. It's just shit that got thrown there and the door shut on it.
Right.
And it's eating up mental capacity. So
Mm-hmm.
that might be my next Thursday project.
That's like a deal with it another time. We have a space cordoned off. It's like a biohazard.
Oh yeah.
We'll put
And
the suits on.
I
and
know
go
that
in.
when I do it, I'm gonna have to take everything out. A lot of
Right.
it's Will's shoes. He doesn't even know that they're up there. I'm just gonna throw them away
Yeah.
or donate them. But they're gross.
Just be like, and at some point he'll need one specific pair for some random
and
reason.
he won't. They'll be gone.
And you'll be like, oh yeah, I think those are somewhere in the closet.
They're totally gone.
See ya.
Black hole of the closet. What about you? How was your New Year's?
It was great. It's fantastic.
Randy, what about your New Year's?
New Year's is going good. I'm ready to start the new year. It was a very fun time in Chicago. I'm glad to be back in the warm weather. I'll say that much. Even though you guys hate it, but
It was
yeah.
so nice. It was 4 degrees in Lake Placid when I was there. I loved it. Little snow globe. Fantastic. I miss it. It's too hot down here. It's 77 degrees today.
windy day. I got ice punched in the face pretty much when we were walking by a building, and then just Chicago wind just hits you. And it's like, oh, that's that negative 12-degree feel right there.
That's why they call it the Windy City.
Yep.
It's shocking.
Wind tunnels everywhere.
Very
Man,
fun.
look at us. Look at the squad. Back at it
We're back together
for another episode of The Mail. Should we get right into it?
Let's do it.
You want to hear from our friends over at Green Chef first?
Yeah.
Are you annoyed, Sally, with misleading healthy meals?
Yeah.
Are you tired of locking in for another New Year's trend?
I'm kind of tired of the like health kick bullshit every January where we have to like.
Yeah.
It's just really simple. Like being healthy is simple, right?
Yeah.
It's like you just eat well.
Eat right and move.
Mm-hmm. And you don't need a random powder or some like insane diet. You just need to make healthy dinners.
And you know who can
and
help
stop
with that?
ordering out. Like that's pretty much it.
You know who can help you do that?
I bet I know.
Our friends over at Green Chef. It's clean eating without compromise. Every Green Chef box delivers certified organic produce and responsibly sourced proteins and seafood. That means avoiding ultra-processed fillers, everybody. Science-backed nutrition where you can reach your wellness goals with options like Mediterranean, high protein, high fiber, Randy, plant-based, and more.
Okay.
All clinically proven to support healthier habits. It's also convenient, as all get out. You guys know the drill here. Take control of your health without the stress. Let Green Chef do the research, the meal planning, and the grocery shopping. Low prep, low mess meals for every single lifestyle. You know me. You know I've been on Green Chef for, years at this point. And they always, like I say, they give you the tools to be your own boss in the kitchen because you still got to make everything. You got to whip it up. They just give you the ingredients and here we go. Let's make a meal. You got to plate it, Randy. You got to prepare it. You got to cook it up. You still got to do your thing. And they've made me a better chef, better partner. I just enjoy cooking now thanks to Green Chef. How about that?
That's great.
You want to know what's on the menu this week?
Yeah, let's hear it.
How about some roasted salmon with lemon butter sauce?
Delightful.
How about some chicken with lemon crema over a bed of rice and broccoli? Boom.
Did you make that?
I have not made that one, but I will.
You will.
The one I have made, really good. The spicy umami Gulf shrimp pasta with mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Umami is what I was saying.
Okay.
So here's the deal. Right now, go to greenchef.com/mailgrazza. Listen to this deal, everybody. This deal is insane. greenchef.com/mailgrazza and use code MAILGRAZZA to get started with 50% off Green Chef plus a free Grazza olive oil set in your second and third boxes.
That's a screaming deal.
Grazza is the best olive oil on the block.
You brought that deal up before we even started this episode.
I did.
Yeah.
I think you want the deal for yourself.
I do. So here again,
you know what to do.
Here's the deal. greenchef.com/mailgrazza and use code MAILGRAZZA. That's MAILGRAZA to get started with 50% off Green Chef plus a free Grazza olive oil set in your second and third boxes. This 50% off offer is only available for a limited time, so don't wait. That's code MAILGRAZZA at greenchef.com/mailgrazza.
Wow.
Hey, Mail and Crew. I'm having some issues with a dysfunctional family member. My dad has been hateful my entire life without getting to the nitty-gritty. Just think narcissist, controlling, angry man. He was my first bully, is the best way to describe his behavior. He's very radicalized in his politics and just general anger level towards everyone and everything. My poor mom will never leave him, even though she deserves so much more. My question is, how do I go about still having a relationship with her and my siblings without alienating myself from them in an attempt to not be around my father? The, quote, just ask them to hang out without him will not work. It would cause more grief to my mom, and I don't want to create more stress. For more background, my uncle is just like this and has similar issues with his kids, and it has almost broken my aunt. So, trying to be cautious about how I go about this while also trying to protect my health. And yes, I'm in therapy.
Really sorry.
Me too.
That you have a dad that you don't have a good relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
First off. Second of all, I think that we say this all the time. You create boundaries. You are the one who holds them. You cannot be responsible for other people's actions or feelings. So you have to decide what is acceptable for you. So if you are willing to hang out with your family to see your mom and siblings, and he will be there, then you need to have the boundaries set of like what's my stopping point, right? Like where do I leave? Like and these have to exist internally and externally, because I think it's internally like being kind to yourself and saying like, okay, if we're all out to dinner or at their house and he says XYZ, then I'm going to like take my leave, right? Or like I'm going to remove myself from the situation. So you need to decide what your own stopping point is, and you also need to make that clear to your siblings and your mom, and maybe not in a punitive way. Like it's it's not their fault, but they also need to understand where you're coming from. So saying to your mom like, "Hey, happy to come over for dinner, but if dad brings up politics or starts treating you poorly or me poorly, like I'm going to leave or I'm going to remove myself from a situation," so that you can act accordingly. And everyone knows there's no like invisible line that is being crossed. Like it's out there. And maybe you tell him that or you don't. It depends on kind of what your relationship with them is. But those need to be held, and it needs to be it doesn't have to be a dramatic situation. Like the thing about boundaries is that when you're holding them successfully, you're creating it so it doesn't become a powder keg of drama. So if you say like, "Hey, I'm absolutely will come for Christmas, but if we start down the road of politics, then I that's something I'm not really comfortable getting into because of the past, and I'm going to remove myself." So as you are more firm in those, it will become the acceptable norm, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And also, it gives a clue to your siblings and your mom, like, here's what I'm able to tolerate. And watching you hold a firm boundary with the no drama, you know, like not being histrionic and demanding, et cetera, also is an example to them of how to hold their own boundaries.
Sure.
If you can do it successfully. The issue with our generation specifically and our parents in holding boundaries is that our parents use guilt. And that's something that many millennials specifically deal with their own parents, is that they were brought up in another generation that they then use the guilt factor to make you feel like you can't say your feelings or what you want, or refusal to participate in certain conversations or fights or things like that, because then you're not a member of the family, if that makes
Sure.
sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is something that I think a lot of our generation has to undo. One is to recognize that like our moms unfortunately had like really codependent relationships with us, and realizing that your own parents had codependent relationships with you is important, because you need to it's still okay to recognize like, okay, I probably am my mom's like sounding board. She can come to me when she's upset with my dad, like even though I don't like my dad and don't want to have a relationship with him, I'm her only outlet. You can hold those truths in your hand, like you can be that for her, but you also are not responsible for taking on her feelings. She's an adult woman and she can make those decisions for herself.
Sure.
Does that all?
Oh, totally. I think that's a great perspective on it.
But all of that we have learned in therapy, we being like the royal we, is difficult.
Of course.
To undo decades of that. And I think, and maybe y'all have a different perspective from losing your dads and mom, because I think that there is a part both of you could say like, family is everything. I'm not saying that you will say this. I'm just saying that this is a viewpoint, is like your family's everything. What you never know when you're going to lose them, et cetera, et cetera. with the caveat, like that is also true, but you don't deserve to be bullied or in a
Right.
bad relationship because you have this loyalty thrust upon you because you were born into a certain family.
Mhm.
And in the same vein, your own dad has the same responsibility to like make amends with his kids, and the full burden of what if I like this relationship never fixes and my dad dies should not fall on you.
Mhm.
And that's the guilt that I think our generation has to undo. I'm not saying that you should like live scot free and be like, it doesn't matter. Family's not important. Like all of those things are true. Family is important. The relationships with people you once loved or still love are important. But it's also like it doesn't fall directly to you, the child, to hold the family together.
Mhm. Totally.
How does that
No,
feel to you?
you're
The biggest question I have about this is like, sorry that your dad's an asshole. How much do you talk to your siblings about this? Because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's a big thing with me. Like whenever I had issues with like a parents or anything, just having the group text that, because you said that your mom like will never leave your dad, and
Mhm.
this seems like something with his family, uncle. I just how many of these conversations, like deep heart to hearts, have you had with your siblings? That maybe that's the a avenue. Maybe you already have, but I think having a good conversations with your siblings that are dealing with the same thing. They know your dad's a bad guy sometimes, and that could help.
Yeah,
Just
and it's kind of
learn
like an
that.
us against the world sort of mentality. Like we're there for mom, we're there for each other. We're gonna be together as our unit, and like you said, set the boundaries of what we're accepting when we're together to
Yeah.
be the full unit.
It's a fine line of walking because I think there's like texting your siblings like, "Oh, dad's being dad again." He's
Mhm.
like on a
Mhm.
rant and excusing that behavior.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's the other opposite where you're like calling it out, starting family fights. And I think there is a middle to be like a balance to be struck where you can say like one thing that I'm trying to do in 2026 is like just call out like bullshit and like if somebody says something offensive or like just way out of pocket saying like, why would you say that? Like
Mhm.
there is a way to and it's a really hard balance to strike, honestly, and it differs with each relationship you have because obviously like a random stranger who like says something like really racist or offensive, like you can
Yeah,
just be
you're
like,
just
why
gonna
would you say that?
yeah.
And that it doesn't carry the same weight of you doing that to your dad who you have like decades of like bad communication and bullying with.
Mhm.
But holding those boundaries and learning to like defend what you want without being defensive and like even almost going on the offensive of like starting fights can happen. It just takes a lot of internal work and communication with other people
Mhm.
who are on your side.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think this person is I think you're right and measured and strong for even wanting to
Maintain a
maintain
relationship
a
with
relation.
the
Yeah,
rest of your family.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's commendable. And I think there, like Sally said, I think there's a world where you can kind of do both, where you keep a relationship with everybody, but it's measured, it's boundary. The walls
Mhm.
are up, and if that's disrespected, that then you move on to the next step, right? Where
Right.
it's but I'm sorry you're dealing with this and have dealt with this, and um, I think like part of me wants to say, like you want to keep the family together, and I wish I had my dad around to. I never had this issue kind of
Right.
thing, so I'm coming at it from a different place. But the other part of me is like, you shouldn't have to deal with that, and
Yeah.
you shouldn't have to be beholden to that, and you shouldn't have to watch your mom go through that. Like that's
Right.
awful. And so good for you for asking this and being vulnerable enough to do so, and we're here for you. Um, and I think Sally's right in that you kind of go at this measured and put the boundaries up, and maybe even tell him there are those boundaries,
Yeah.
and just say, "Dad, we're not going to go there tonight. We're going to have a dinner, and we're just going to keep it light." And I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah, very tough. Shouts to being in therapy though.
Yeah.
Good for everybody.
Do you want me to do the next one?
Yeah, hit number 2.
Hey, Mail and Crew. Writing in about friendships of the opposite gender. I know your stance is mostly against it, but wanted to take your take on my situation. I have been with my husband for 6 years, married for 2 of them. He recently joined the sheriff's department and started the academy late last year. Academy has been intense to say the least, and it takes up all of his time. We don't talk much when he's home since he's studying, but we do make efforts to do things on the weekend, and we're constantly calling and texting about anything and everything when he gets his free time and I'm at work. His friend group in the academy consists of a few guys and a single girl. The girl has a boyfriend, possibly fiance, of 5 years, but she's constantly texting my husband. They're friends, and most of their conversations consist of academy material, but they tend to drift towards food, superficial stuff, etc. It makes me pretty uncomfortable since the girl is a super pick-me with the men of the group, and and doesn't respect physical boundaries. She always is touching arms, kicking them in front of me and their wives. I understand academy is intense, and I cannot share in what they're going through, but I'm still pretty down about the situation. I work in construction, and a lot of my friends are men, but I don't text them constantly. I don't even think I've hugged any of these guys. Am I being hypocritical for being uncomfortable that this girl is always texting my husband and uncomfortable with the nature of their conversations? Got a classic work wife situation.
Yep, sure do.
Okay. Yeah, this is annoying.
Mhm.
I don't think it's nefarious, but I do think it's something worth keeping your eye on.
I would agree. I kind of go like like my college girlfriend was in a medical major, and her like my guys I lived with
Mhm.
were all in like their study group,
Right.
7 days a week basically, and they spent way more time together than I even spent with her. And it was
Right.
like you get annoyed at things sometimes. It's like, why are you guys texting each other at 1 a.m., kind of stuff. But then you pivot to, well, they're going through this shared experience. It's intense, it's grueling, it's shared in their, in what they're going through. So you do have to give them a little bit of leeway, I think, on that side of it.
Mhm.
Talking about work, like they are getting through it together.
Right.
And then you can say, look, happy you guys are friends, happy you guys are going through this, getting through this together. But if there's a certain, like you said, kind of a boundary or a line, like, hey, can you shut it down after a certain time? Or can you, just, or explain to him what you're uncomfortable with,
Mhm.
and just, kind of make your feelings known about it. And I'm guessing he's going to be receptive to that, or explain it, right? And
Mhm.
then, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with being tight with your work wife, work husband,
Right.
work people, especially in a situation like this where it's a very specific, unique, shared experience.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. I understand this mentality because I think being in like law enforcement, it's jobs where like you are, at threat of danger, like
Sure, you
having
see
like
some shit
high
too, yeah.
fidelity, like um, highly stressful situations. Even, I mean, one could argue that any job you like bond with your coworkers because
Mhm.
you arguably are with them more than you are your own like friends and spouses. But especially jobs where you are in stressful situations. Um, I think this exists more in that.
Yeah,
And
I would
I
assume
do,
medical has
yeah,
similar, yeah.
exactly. Like there's just a bonding that happens where really no one understands what you're going through
Mhm.
except for if they're living it. And some of those jobs, professions can be a little bit more intense than others.
Mhm.
So I agree with what you said. I think a great thing to do is like recognize that they're going through something, they're friends and colleagues. Make it known to your husband that, like, hey, I know that this is not nefarious, but it makes me a little uncomfortable the way she like hugs you or whatever. I know you're fine and not into like, I know that you wouldn't do anything, but I would like to make you aware so that you keep me in mind or
Yeah,
something of that nature.
sure.
Because I think he probably isn't even aware that it's happening. And
Yes,
and
exactly.
especially I think for girls, like she said she's in construction with a bunch of guys, but I think when you're like the only girl doing like a very male job, which she says she's in, but like unless she's like straight up out there with the jackhammer, like putting up drywall,
Uh-huh.
like there is a specific like there's a mentality for girls of like, I got to keep up with the guys. Like, I got to be one of them.
Sure.
And that's probably what her mentality is.
Mhm.
I also think it's important to like maybe try to get to know her.
Yeah.
You know, like,
absolutely.
Like, then it's not like her versus us, the wives. It's like we're friends with her. And maybe it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be best friends, but like knowing her and her fiance like might help things
Mhm.
and help you see where she's coming from
Yeah.
instead of just like random, I already think of you as the mistress.
Yeah. Put her on the same team instead of
Yeah.
acting like you're on different teams.
Yeah.
And try that. And maybe that changes. Maybe she starts texting you on the side. Like,
Right.
yeah. And to because she is in, like you said, kind of a woman in a more traditionally male dominated field, being in law enforcement, and maybe that's an outlet for her,
Yeah.
or a way to get your mind off of it constantly, because like you said, it's not nefarious, it's just what they're going through.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's definitely, I think, expressing your opinion to your partner that's making you uncomfortable is completely on the table and should be done if you haven't already.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
Next one.
Next one. Let's do it. Hello, Brett, Sally, Randy, and whatever special guest may be on the pod today. Not just the three of us. First time, long time. Excited to hear from you all. I recently got engaged to my girlfriend. Congratulations. We have booked a date for our wedding, October 2027. Almost all of my side of the wedding party and I have been skiing together for about the last 5 to 7 years, though, through college and after. All very good skiers, no big deal. And we've shred most of the mountains in the Northeast, and we're from Pennsylvania. With that being said, we never have gone out west to go skiing. It's been on my bucket list for a very long time, and I think it would make an awesome bachelor party. I'm wondering if a ski trip bachelor party in January or February is too early when the wedding's in October. An 8 to 9 month gap seems like a long time, but a ski trip out west also seems pretty sick. I know Brett and Will are both familiar with skiing out west, and I'd love to hear some recommendations for the best vibe mountain to go for a bachelor party. We're all mid-20s, love to ski some sick terrain, have a good time on the mountain, and still get after it during après. Also would love to have some sort of cabin/house situation where we can have 10 dudes under the same roof for the week/weekend. Love the pod. Thanks for the input. I'll shut up and listen.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
you can have
sick.
a ski trip.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to say is like, don't have your bachelor party in January or February of next year and then be like, well, I had it in January, so now I got to like do a golf trip closer to the time.
No, you get
just
one.
do the one thing.
You get one thing.
You do the one thing. It's clearly like we're a year and a half, more than a year and a half out from the wedding. Do it in January, February next year. You can plan it, but like don't make your friends do more than one thing.
Yeah, 100%. Now, what I'll say is you can also like skiing out west in March is equally as good as skiing the east in early February. Like the west, you get much more of an extended, call it spring. Like you can go on a ski trip in April, and 82% of the time you're going to be in really good shape.
Yeah.
So you can like late February, anytime in March, arguably better than going in January when the snow base is not fully built yet.
Go during March Madness.
Yeah, shoot. But in terms of like mountains, when you're getting a group of guys together who all love to ski, there are truly too many options. But the one I'll give you that's going to be like kind of a sweet spot of price meets room meets great skiing meets great scene, if you will, après / restaurants / anything. I'll give you Breckenridge.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I'll give you Breck. Runner up for me will be Park City. And I kind of focus on those two. There's a lot of really good skiing out there that's like you trade something off.
Right.
Whether that's like, all right, we're going to go to Vail. Super expensive,
right.
Ridiculous houses, unbelievable restaurants, but the price is crazy. There's like I don't know, Whitefish, Montana. Unbelievable skiing. The mountain is sort of like a whiteface where you have to, you bring your fun to the mountain and then back into the town 20 minutes away afterwards.
Yeah.
There's like Brighton and Solitude in Utah, which are very little to do, but great price, great skiing, and you'll get a huge house.
For a bachelor party, I would absolutely say Breck.
I think Breck is a great option.
Many reasons. The biggest one, and Park City fits this bill too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're going to have ample housing available. The price is pretty like mid-range, like mid to high, but it's not, we're not going
to Aspen.
We're not
Easy
going
to
to
get
Aspen.
to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then biggest one for me is easy to get to.
Yeah.
Because if you have people coming from all over the country, but especially the East Coast, way easier to fly into Denver and drive.
Yes.
Or Salt Lake than it is to like get to Tahoe. Where you gotta do this and then you gotta connect a flight. Like pretty much most you either have like a nonstop to Denver, or if you're on Delta and like you can do Park City easily.
Yeah. If you're coming from Philly or Pittsburgh,
right? Like
you're getting one way or a nonstop to Denver or Salt Lake.
Because also you want to maximize your time, and you don't want to be spending 2 of the days traveling to get there.
Like Big Sky, sick mountain, unbelievable skiing,
but
that's
pain
a
in the
connection and an hour plus to get to the mountain.
Breck, you're all flying into Denver. You're getting a car. You're going to the house. Maybe 2 cars or whatever, and it's almost ski in, ski out. Like
you can't if you want to get
like
ski
you could, but
you can,
like if you're at a house, it's not ski in, ski out, but you're also in the town.
I mean, ski in, ski out is awesome. It just adds another price element to it and usually takes you away from a village.
Right.
Park City is kind of the best of all worlds because there's a lift in the town itself.
But with Park City, this is a dumb question as having not been to Park City, does the like liquor situation, the liquor laws in Utah play any?
I mean, you're getting some lower ABV beers.
But you also can't just go to a bar, right? Like you have to be ordering food. Is that true?
Yeah, you got to order food. I think Montana has that too. Like you're only allowed to get 4 beers and you have to order something
to eat.
I don't know. I'm getting my state regulations mixed
up. But then
up.
also if you're at Breck, you're at an insanely high elevation. So please take care of yourselves.
Acclimate a little bit that first night.
I know this sounds like I am just being like medical miss, but like please take care of yourselves.
Yeah.
Get some IVs coming to the house. Bring a pulse ox to make sure that no one's getting negative pressure, pulmonary edema. Like let's.
Yeah. I think Breck is. I think instead of being 1-2, I'm gonna put Breck and Park City 1A 1B.
Yeah.
Because Park City gives you the best of every world. Easy to get to. Price is probably higher than Breck.
Yeah.
Definitely higher than Breck. But there are also more housing options because you have like the base village as well as the village, which is all kind of in the same spot. So I'd say look at those 2 first. They're not going to give you like the Vail Back Bowls unbelievable skiing. I mean, Breck, you can still get crazy bowl skiing on the sides of the mountain, but I'd look at those 2 for like best of both worlds, getting everybody there relatively easily. Price is good. Space will be fine. Skiing's great, and town is sick.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're not having to go broke to go to Aspen or Jackson Hole.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And be with the billionaires.
Exactly. And Breck and Park City too. You like if you need a steakhouse reservation for 10, you can find one.
Exactly.
Whereas
if you go somewhere like Telluride, that's not happening.
You better hope you're the only group that weekend with a 10-person steakhouse res.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
To answer your initial question, as long as you do it before the wedding, you're fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter when you have the bachelor party.
We got a little argument on circling back because those guys, the old guys over there, like, no, you need to do your bachelor party like a month or 2 out from the thing. I'm like, that's an old way of thinking. Not to say
their generation, but in the 10 years from like Dave and Dylan to Brett and Randy, it's the bachelor party element, I think, has changed.
It's changed a lot. Like, I don't think I've gone to a bachelor party that was really within 3 months before the wedding. It's always like 4 or 5 months out. I know you're talking more 7, 8. This guy is, but no one cares. Go skiing.
Well,
it's
also
awesome.
Now compared to when they got married, you have to like this person's getting married in literally 20 months, no more than that, 22 months. Like they had to book their wedding for 2027. We just got into 2026. Like before that, you were like getting engaged for 6 months, but that's not
true.
The case anymore.
And you can also like this doesn't have to be your last ski trip with the boys.
Yeah.
You can go to like a harder to get to like Jackson Hole or Revelstoke or Whistler or
When you're
Telluride. You can do that with 4 or 5 buddies.
richer.
Yeah.
When you have some more disposable income and
You're not going on 8 bachelor parties in the same year.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's definitely a good excuse to get out west for one. Be like, yeah, but it's for the bachelor party. Then everyone could be like, well, it's for the bachelor party.
Yeah. For the bachelor party, you're like, okay, that $200 doesn't hurt you. Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with Breck. You can't go wrong with Park City. And if any pop up in my brain, shoot me a DM and I can let you know. But I think those will get you in a good spot. Want to hear from our friends over at Aura Frames?
Yeah, what if you take pictures and then gift all of your groomsmen Aura frames and then just load it with all the pictures from the ski trip?
Preloaded with your ski trip pics.
Yeah.
I've heard of worse ideas.
That's actually a brilliant idea.
It's a brilliant idea.
You're welcome.
Say you're post-holiday. Maybe you're looking for, man, I should have gotten one more thing for mom and dad, or should have gotten one more thing for my bachelor party that I have coming up, or maybe you're just feeling in the giving spirit still. Maybe you had a birthday coming up. How about an Aura frame? They are so easy. I'm looking at myself and Dylan right here on said Aura frame. They're a digital picture frame that you can set up anywhere, anytime, as long as you have some Wi-Fi, and you upload a bunch of pics and videos, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
You can do videos.
Yeah, you can do videos.
I haven't tried, but now I'm going to.
There you go. Just download the Aura app, connect to Wi-Fi, keep adding from anytime, anywhere. You can also personalize your gift by adding a message before it arrives, like, hey, had a sick time at Breck, preloaded with a bunch of pictures. Maybe don't show your significant other.
Wow.
If the boys are getting after it. Share photos and videos effortlessly, straight from your phone all year long. And every frame comes packaged in a premium gift box with no price tag. How about that? And they look great. Put them on your bedside table. You can put them on your living room, dining table, whatever. Great spot anywhere. So for a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling carpet mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code MAILIN at checkout. That's AURA, frames.com, promo code MAILIN for $45 off Aura's best-selling carpet mat frames. Sal?
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I know there are always a lot of wedding party related questions, but I think I've got a good one. Am I the asshole style? If you are in someone's wedding party, do you still get them a gift, especially if you spend a lot to be in said wedding? I was recently one that I had to fly hundreds of miles and dropped over $1,000 just on travel alone. Am I the asshole for not giving a gift on top of that? Yes.
Yeah, you gotta get a gift.
You have to get a gift because it is the etiquette, but I don't think you have to get a grand gift.
No.
Literally something small. Like it could be, I don't care what it could be an Aura frame.
If I'm a guest, I'm spending more than if I'm in the wedding.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm in the wedding, you're getting maybe a $50 gift out of me because I've spent 10 times that, more than 10 times, 100 times that to be at this wedding.
Yeah.
Like it's something.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm a guest, you're getting a nice ass gift, depending on how close you are to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just cash.
That never is a bad option, by the way.
Like, get him something $50.
$50. $50 Venmo or a honeymoon fund. Everybody has one of those on the registry.
And they don't even know how much you gave. They just know, right? I don't think they do.
I don't know. Maybe
the honeymoon fund, maybe give them like $50 worth of Tupperware. I think you're good.
Yeah. $50 for a wooden spoon. I don't give a shit. Like, give them something. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be nice to show that you did it.
That's it. Hit the registry.
Yeah.
Find something.
Buy one towel.
30
Who cares?
To 50 and you're in great
But you did
space.
it. Or go in on a gift with someone else.
Sure.
And buy them $100 item. But yes, that is the issue with weddings. It's like, it's astronomically priced to be part of one now. Mm-hmm. It has been for years. It was when I was in weddings 10 years ago. But still get them a gift. One thing I do think, this is like the last thing I'm going to say about this question because I think we nailed it. Mm-hmm. You do not need to get multiple gifts if you're like, I'm at the engagement party. Now I'm at the shower. Now I'm at the other shower. Mm-hmm. Especially when you're like in it. Like I had friends who was like, this is my Houston shower and this is my Austin shower. And I like went to both of them. You don't need to get a shower gift for
Ooh.
every city you're at. Like you get one and you don't need to get a wedding gift on top of a shower gift. You go to shower, you bring a gift.
Okay.
Girls. Or a stock the bar party or whatever. You have one time. You don't bring one to every party. You just get to do the one.
Got it. Okay.
I've always been confused about the etiquette because like Dave's groomsmen got him like I think a shotgun, but I've never been part of a bride. I've been a groomsman multiple times, but never been a part of a groomsman, bridal party that like, hey, we're going to pull in to get the bachelor a gift.
Have you ever been?
No,
I haven't either.
That's more of a
I don't
baby shower thing. Like,
hold on.
People do a group gift.
Did Dave's groomsmen also get him a wedding gift on top of?
I'm not sure.
No,
I'll have
that
to
was
ask
probably
him.
like the wedding.
Yeah, that was the wedding gift, which is cool.
Maybe,
I like that idea.
I've never. Yeah, I've heard about that, like the groomsman getting a gift for the groom, but I've never been part of one.
You're already paying for his dinner at the steakhouse and the strippers.
You're
You don't need to be getting him a shotgun. And also, kind of, I think that if you're getting someone a wedding gift, it should technically be something that both people can use. Personally,
Alyssa's not going to
use
fire
the
off
shotgun.
some 12 gauge.
Like
Dave's not
our
putting
friends,
food on?
one of our friends literally just started he registered for a straight up mountain bike. I was like, okay, well, like, dude,
it's a Christmas gift.
Yeah, like
I don't. Man.
Again,
Do your
it's not
thing.
your responsibility. The people who are giving the nicest gift are going to be like your parents' friends.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just give something dinky, and no one is looking back and be like, Brett only gave us a single wooden spoon. I mean, that may be like, okay, like try a little harder, but like
a pizza stone.
A pizza stone. Or get him like a monogrammed like kitchen towel.
Perfect.
Who cares?
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what absolutely slaps? This is like free promo for them.
Mm.
Have you ever had a diatomaceous earth bath mat?
Nope.
That sounded like a slur.
Okay. Do you know what diatomaceous earth is?
No clue.
Diatomaceous earth. There, here we go.
It's like
diatomaceous earth. Is that one that's like ceramic?
It's kind of like clay.
Yeah,
essentially.
I feel like these are in like nice hotels.
So it's basically the stone and it's fast drying.
Uh-huh.
So you just step out and it like immediately dries.
Damn.
We gave one to Ross and Nancy shouts for Christmas.
That's cool. Okay.
And I am going to get my own because our bath mats are stupid and they slide around everywhere and like they're not even like helping that much.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest.
They also have
I'm
like
more of a Target bath mat guy.
They also have, well, it just like looks nicer. It's
it looks
like a
cool,
single
yeah.
stone. They also have like dish drying like racks that are made out of diatomaceous earth.
Okay.
Which for somebody who like is drying like random pots and pans, this is great.
What's the technology?
It's just made out of diatomaceous earth.
Okay, well, what?
Again,
diatomaceous
it's like
earth? It's just magic.
Some sort of like element clay situation
And it
that just
sucks it
rapid
up.
dries.
How
Yeah.
about that? All right, get everybody non-spawn snag a diatomaceous earth bath mat
Yeah. And
for a wedding gift.
act surprised when we are sponsored by one in a week.
Ooh, we do have a good sponsor coming though.
Solid.
Lola Blankets coming on board.
Whoa! Wow.
I just want to throw it out there.
Is it ours? Because I would like one.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I've been giving them free spawn for a long ass time.
They're the it blanket. I've heard.
Brett's
Yeah.
trying to tell me that I'm not getting one because I'm
You've
asking
asked too many questions. You've asked
about
too many
Warby
questions.
Parker.
You're right, and I've promoted you to the circling back like host order list. You're on thin ice there, pal.
I like annoying Brett.
Thin ice. Thin ice. Let's do the next one, Sal. Hey, Brett and Sal and Randall. Longtime listener, few-time writer. Here we go. I've been dating my girlfriend for about 4 years now. We've lived together for about 2 in our house. We have a big trip coming up, and I'm asking her to marry me while on it.
Congrats.
Well, hold on.
Okay, maybe not.
We got in a fight over the weekend over my lack of communication, and she told me that we need to go to couples therapy before proceeding any further, which I'm open to as I want to address my communication issue. I, like many, tend to avoid confrontation, bottle it all up, and I do get anxiety when bringing things up to her that could lead to a negative reaction. For context, she feels that I don't include her in group chats with friends, family, and that she's left out of the loop when big pieces of information come to light. She's the complete opposite, and I am in her sibling/significant other group chat, but that's really it. Socially, I hang out with her friends way more than she does with mine, and she very rarely would join me and my friends. My family communicates like shit, and I guess there's a genetic aspect there too. I should call them out though, and they do take advantage of me financially. In the heat of the moment, she said, "It may be better that you weren't in my life." And when I reminded her she said that, minutes later, she did not own up to it, which really fucking hurt. She was drunk, but I am not dismissing that exclamation. I plan on bringing it up as we work through things. So, in the spirit of communicating better and addressing our issues before moving forward, do I tell her that I am planning to propose soon and that if we're going to couples therapy / counseling, ask her if I should postpone my plans until we're in a better spot? I feel like that would be healthy instead of asking with the risk of her saying no or her just saying, ask again later. I really don't know what any of this means for me. It's confusing. I love her, but that was really rough emotional loop I was thrown through. Love you guys, the pod, and would love your perspective.
Well, you bring that up during couples therapy for sure.
That
hurts.
I think
I don't know that you should marry this person yet.
Well, I don't know if I'm ready to go there yet, but I think you keep the ring in the pocket.
Oh, I'm not saying like you need to break up with her.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying like I wouldn't if you're having this big of communication issues.
Yeah.
I think I would maybe mention to her either in couples therapy or outside of couples therapy, like, I definitely see you as my wife and want to work things out and become a better communicator so that we have a successful relationship, fruitful marriage, et cetera, et cetera. But I also think here's my question. The only reason I would say tell her before doing it, I mean, you should talk about like getting married before you propose. But if y'all are fighting because like she wants you to propose and that's not happening and that's what the fights are happening about,
that's one thing.
Then you should clue her in.
Let her know
and maybe possibly continue. That's my only out for like proceed with caution on this big trip. But pretty much the rest of me says you should wait.
Agree.
Till you are in a better spot.
If that is the fight and you're trying to like keep a secret,
right?
Clue her in, because that'll
her in and continue to work on things, but maybe you propose. But pretty much anything else, I'm like, I don't know.
Let's take a shot at the counseling side of things before, because you're going to do it anyway.
You're going to do it anyway
if you propose.
And this seems like to be a persistent issue. It's not like just a lack of communication.
This didn't seem like this didn't seem like this popped up yesterday.
They said big trip coming up. I would love to know the timeline. Like how soon?
That's a good question.
Like if it's coming up, like is it in the fall? And it's like, okay, we have a couple months to work this out, or is it like, hey,
it's in February and like we're really getting down to the wire here. We only have 2 therapy appointments beforehand. Like, I think it's worth continuing therapy to see if you're even really compatible with each other.
I'm curious as to what are the lack of communication issues like from her perspective? Like how
and
how deep are those?
And I'm not trying to like downplay this, but I also feel like this guy, the way he wrote this feels very
like he knows like
no, but it's almost like she's got her thumb on him and he's like, I'm bad and I need to fix my problems.
Yeah, like she almost wrote this on his behalf kind of thing.
Yeah. Right. What I'm saying is every single couple has things to work through. Like people who get engaged who have like never had a fight or something is also unrealistic. So you're not alone in having communication issues. And I think I commend you for wanting to work on that prior to a giant commitment to someone. Maybe proposing in the middle of that work is not the smartest thing to do.
Yeah.
Because there's always a chance that like you like slap a ring on it, you're all happy, and then you just push all that to the back burner while you're wedding planning and things like that. And then you don't do the work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
But I do think outside of therapy and during therapy is a great time to talk about like your future together and how you would communicate as married partners or parents or and with each other's in-laws as like a cohesive unit. I think all I think everyone should go to premarital counseling.
Absolutely.
But if you're already having issues, this is a great time to also talk about the future. Like it shouldn't be coming out of left field that you're going to propose to her.
And as somebody who also was not huge on confrontation for the last couple of years, who has worked on it, and am grateful to have done so. It like check in with your significant other. Like it doesn't have to be structured. It doesn't have to be every Tuesday night we're gonna open our feelings book and let it all out. But it just check in weekly and be like, here's what I got. Here's what you got. What do you got? Hit me. Like it's easy to make a habit of it. Doesn't like it. You don't have to bottle things up and then these explosive outbursts of either super emotional things or super argumentative things. Like it can be a quick check-in here and there more consistently, which will help you and her in the long run.
Right.
And maybe you start there and maybe you throw her, like she's kind of clearly giving you things that she wants you to do. Like make a group chat with her and your family, make a group chat with her and your siblings and participate in it. Like there's an element to me that just kind of wants to tell this guy, like shake him a little bit, be like, be proactive. She's clearly desperate for you to do this. And an outburst, like she said, it may be better that you weren't in my life, is coming from a feeling of being hurt or shut down consistently, or she's like desperate for it. And maybe she's not expressing that directly enough or trying to, like, you feel like she's trying to say, read my mind a little bit. And I think that's tough as of somebody who's not a huge open communicator, or tough for somebody who's not a huge confrontational person to like to be proactive in that sense, because you get in your zone of comfort and peace and you're like, I'm going to keep it that way even though there's stuff bubbling under the surface and you know it or she knows it or you feel it and she feels it. So you can be proactive about these things, not scheduling, like bringing stuff up at dinner, talking, being open. You know, you don't have to go to bed angry. You don't have to go to bed with something on your mind. Just see what being proactive is like. Like this happens with work. This happens with health. Like I think we're a culture of waiting for problems to go away versus digging into them head on. And it always seems to be that when you dig into something, it's not as bad as it felt, and solutions are more present than you'd imagine.
And I know it may be better if you weren't in my life. That hurts really bad. And like I said, you need to address that in counseling. But look back to what her original thing was, that she wanted to go to couples therapy. I think that's like, she wants to work on it.
Yeah.
Like she's not like thinking like, I just want to throw all this away.
No,
I think
no.
he had a moment like that fucking hurts to hear, and for her pretty much to deny it. Yeah, you guys need some stuff to work on.
That's an emotional outburst with kind of as a symptom of things that are deeper, that are not unfixable or uncurable. You just got to be proactive about it. So I think you keep the ring in your pocket, maybe hold off on depending on when this trip is, hit some counseling, hit some therapy, be proactive, and do it because you love her, right? Like that's where this comes from. And if you don't, or if you're questioning that piece of it, and that's the reason for your shutting down, the reason for your anti-communication, the reason that you don't feel comfortable, being confrontational, because there's some deep-seated thing in your heart that you're like, I don't think this is right. That's a different story. But if you do think you want to spend the rest of your life with her, that's when you got to be proactive about things.
Right.
Also, just that like his family takes financial advantage.
Yeah,
that was just like
that was
randomly in there.
That was a little throw in that I want to be like, hold on a
Yeah.
second. She's probably
she
mad
saying
that
that to
is
you?
your
I don't
family
know.
mooching off of you, and she wants that to stop, and you feel uncomfortable stopping that, or don't want to clue her into that. That's going to be something that when you're married is going to be at the forefront. So
yeah,
work on it, figure it
definitely talk that through.
Yeah.
Talk. Communicate. Sally and I say it every episode.
Yeah.
All right. It can probably teach you something about relationships, maybe dating, maybe food. mixology, cosmetology, psychology,
A lot of
meteorology. How about masterclass?
Wow. Yeah.
I've been a masterclass user for a couple years now.
What have you been classing?
I took a class on barbecue.
Okay.
I took a class on screenwriting. I took a class on financial wellness.
That's a easy one.
Leadership.
2026.
There's parenting. I'm not saying that everybody has all of the answers on any of those topics, but masterclass does a good job hooking you up with an expert who knows a little something about something.
And a lot easier to know that you've got someone that knows what they're doing, like an expert, versus just relying on Google / random grifters on the internet.
Exactly. And with masterclass, you can learn from the best to become your best. And with plans starting at $10 a month, billed annually, you get unlimited access to over 200 plus classes taught by the world's best business leaders, writers, chefs, and more. With Masterclass, you get thousands of bite-sized lessons across 13 categories that can fit into even the busiest of schedules. Their mixology class was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
Learn how to whip up some drinks. Everybody should have 3 or 4 drinks that you, on command,
That you can do for when guests come over.
Masterclass has got you.
It's impressive.
Turn your commute or workout into a classroom. With audio mode, you can listen to masterclass lessons anytime, anywhere. They fit right into your schedule with thousands of short, easy to digest lessons you can learn from on your own time. And it's wherever you are, phone, laptop, or TV. Masterclass goes with you. And there's no risk because every new membership comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 3 out of 4 surveyed members feel inspired every time they watch Masterclass, and 83% of surveyed members have applied something they've learned from Masterclass to their lives. I'm one of them. Got a margarita down that I'm pretty big fan of.
Yeah.
Also wrote a script that I took some lessons from them.
Famously. Screenwriter.
Masterclass always has great offers, especially this time of year. So you can sometimes get up to as much as 50% off. Head over to masterclass.com/mailin for the current offer. That's up to 50% off at masterclass.com/mailin, masterclass.com/mailin.
All right, last one.
Last one, Sal.
Hey guys, my husband and I love listening to your show. Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
are hoping to get your opinion. We have a couple friends, they're married, that have been struggling to have a child for over a year and have been going through an IVF journey, which has been unsuccessful thus far. My husband and I got married 3 months ago and got pregnant a few weeks later. What do you think is the best way to share the news with them without hurting their feelings and or adding to their stress? I'm currently 12 weeks pregnant and have been putting off telling them because I don't want to hurt their feelings. Thanks.
Congratulations first.
Congrats.
And second, I'm going to cede the floor.
Tell them you don't need to. I think that what really hurts people going through infertility is finding out after the fact that someone's kept something from them because they're worried about hurting their feelings. So like keeping them in the dark and then finding out about it is going to hurt their feelings more than if you just said something. Obviously, it is fresh for them, but your pregnancy doesn't have to equal a loss for them. They can still be happy for you and also experience their heartache of not having a child yet that they want. And one thing that has really taught me about motherhood, the fertility journey, et cetera, of all of our friends is most of us in the very beginning stages were not open about anything because we grew up in a sense where we didn't talk about miscarriages, pregnancy loss, trying to get pregnant, the things you experience, postpartum depression. Like our mothers didn't discuss that with each other or us. So then when it became our time to do it, I had tons of friends who were having trouble getting pregnant, having miscarriages, going through postpartum anxiety and depression, and absolutely unsupported because we were too afraid to talk to each other. And I think it's important to tell her you're pregnant, them. You don't have to, hey, I have to tell you something. I know you don't have to like preface it with anything. Just, hey, we're pregnant. That's it. That's all. And I think it's more hurtful to like make your pregnancy about her.
Sure.
because she doesn't want your pregnancy to be about her. She wants her own journey to be about her. I think you just say, we're pregnant, we're expecting whenever. And like, I just wanted to let you know, we're finally telling people that's it. And then if, depending on how she reacts, she'll probably be thrilled for you.
Yeah.
And then I'm saying she, but they'll probably be thrilled for you. And then whether it's during that conversation, probably not during that conversation, but keep checking in, like, hey, just thinking about you. Like, how's it going?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk? Like, being available without being intrusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this is similar, like the pregnancy, infertility, pregnancy loss thing is very similar to grief in the sense of like losing someone. It's like, you want to talk to somebody about it, but you also don't want it to be the only thing that defines you. So like acknowledging it and being a space for someone to talk, but without every single time you see them like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Like they're not a victim and they don't want to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that track for your experience?
It made sense.
So tell her.
Yeah.
Tell her now. Because honestly, if you're 12 weeks, it's, you don't have to tell people you're pregnant whenever you want. But if you were already at the stage where you were starting to tell people, tell them.
Yeah. Don't let them find out from somebody else and then be like, why didn't you tell me? And then you have to go into I didn't want it. And then it sort of snowballs.
And there's a way to do it respectfully where you're like, hey guys, wanted to share some news. We're pregnant and expecting, August 28th or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't need to like send a whole montage, throw it in their face. And then I think on top of all that, being really cognizant of what you discuss when. So like one thing that my friends were really, especially in our later years of going through this, maybe our second kid or whatever, realizing like, okay, if we sit down for a girls' dinner, like let's not just talk about pregnancy,
kid stuff,
etc. And same thing, like if you go to a couples dinner and they ask like, how are you feeling? Great. Or like, oh, I've been having morning sickness. We just went to this scan. Tell them like you would normally, like a coworker, and then move on. You don't have to like make your whole dinner about your pregnancy journey. And as long as you're cognizant of those things, they're going to be happy for you.
Totally. Can you kind of treat them as like two parallel journeys? Like one, you can be excited for your own pregnancy journey. She can be excited for your own pregnancy journey. And you can also save maybe a separate conversation or separate dinner or separate sit down for her and be there for her and be like, what are you going through? What do you want to talk? Do you want to go through anything, or do you want to get, can you do that and sort of parallel them? And
I also think this is my own personal opinion, but I do think it is important to distinguish I already said this, but don't make your pregnancy announcement about her and your feelings towards what they're going through, because that is going to make them feel worse. In my opinion, I don't know if other people feel that way, but I don't need to hear that you didn't want to tell me because you were afraid of how I was going to react.
Yeah. I mean, I think you made it a good connection on the grief thing. Yeah. Where it was like, I've gone through some loss, and the thing like sort of ostracizing me based upon that. Like Randy can attest to this. Like you don't want to feel like that. You'd rather go through it with people and not make it your personality, not make it the biggest thing. So it's the more normal you're treated, right? The easier it was, I guess, to sort of move through that,
and also open up to people, that don't feel like they're pitying you, right? Yeah, you're going to open up to people about it who you feel comfortable opening up to about it. So, and if someone's constantly like, hey. Checking in, and always like giving you that voice, you're like, okay, well, I clearly you think that I'm like some sort of like sob story that you need to fix. Totally. But I think that's the answer to the question. Yeah, we did it.
Be there for her, and be excited for your own self.
Yeah. Did we answer all 6 questions?
We sure did.
Wow. In an hour. Did. Look at us go.
Not bad.
New year, new us.
Not bad.
We're not rambling. We're just doing it. 3 ads.
Boom. Randall?
Crushed it.
Anything you got on your plate?
New Year's resolution. I'm trying to stretch every morning.
Oh, okay.
It's a great one.
That's very, it's attainable. That's helpful.
Let's all say ours. You said stretching. What's yours? Do you have one?
I'm going to try to lose like 10 more pounds.
Okay, so Brett's going to get on a GLP-1.
I know.
No.
Brett, you already lost a lot of weight.
I'm kidding. You look great. I don't think you need to lose 10 pounds.
I've lost bad weight. I'm ready to get like.
Well, you got to add some weight with
put some
muscle weight.
Yeah,
muscle weight. Not like crazy. I'm not trying to go crazy. I'm not trying to be Schwarzenegger over here. But
okay, I get it.
Yeah, I think I've taken care of the diet piece. And now
you want toned.
The tone.
You gotta tone it up,
piece.
so you're not.
The body's ready for some tone. Yeah, maybe lose weight's the wrong word. Let's I'm fine staying at the current weight I am.
Getting toned.
But we'll tone it up.
Tone it up. Love it.
We'll tone it up. So I'm do something every day that contributes towards that.
Okay.
Goal.
Great.
How about you?
I want to be conversational in Spanish again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
And I said that to my nanny a couple weeks ago, and she's been speaking to me only in Spanish. And then I told some people that I know are fluent in Spanish that I wanted to do this. So my nanny, a couple of my coworkers who are fluent, and I said it, and now people are just only speaking to me in Spanish, and it is obviously the best way to. I said the same thing to one of my friends,
the best way.
who's not fluent in Spanish, but she's conversational. So now we're just having conversations in Spanish, and it's like my brain is exhausted. It's so much work, and I know that it's going to pay off because it really is the only way to like learn. I'm doing other things. I'm doing something called language transfer, these like audio lessons and some other stuff. But I like. Obviously speaking to become conversational speaking. And the biggest reason is my job. So a couple of my coworkers, like one of the surgeons I was with today, just started like only speaking in Spanish, and I can understand, but then I'm like trying to respond, and I'm like, sí, estoy, like it's like listening to a slug talk. It's so hopefully that's my white whale this year. We got to do it.
All right, everybody.
I like looking at it as the year of instead of New Year's resolutions.
So
the year of stretching, and
the year of actually my book, A Boundaries Girl, had a year. She called it the year of strong and bendy, and it was like her stretching, becoming flexible and also strong.
All right,
the year
of strong and bendy.
The year of live performances went great. I'm also trying to cut out caffeine a lot. Like I already don't do it in the morning. I just want caffeine from tea
over here,
or the one supplement I take for like weight loss. But like no more pre-workout, no more energy drinks.
Okay.
All that.
What about
staying in touch?
Maybe some fiber over there too. Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's just But staying in touch. I want to do once a week, call someone that I haven't talked to.
I like that.
Okay. Golly.
So 3 things.
Mine is El Año de Español.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Wow.
Tone bendy in Spanish. Sounds like a vacation.
To Cabo.
Exactly. Well, that'll do it. Good episode, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. If you would like your question answered by yours truly, hers truly, and
Posible en Español.
Bendy's
en el
truly.
futuro.
Look at this.
Wow.
It's much better than me.
Please shoot us an email.
Muertos.
Yeah. Oh boy. Please shoot us an email.
Margarita.
It is in the description of this episode. Please subscribe, rate 5 stars, review, tell a friend about the show. You can write in at the link, like I said, in the description or in our Twitter and Instagram bio at Mail In Podcast. Sally, where can the people find you?
Sally deFries and sal.gals on Instagram.
Gals. Randy, how about you?
At Randy Trimbacki on everything.
How about that? I am Brad Merriman at Schmerriman. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Bye.